Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic, and today I am a recovering alcoholic, and I couldn't be any more grateful. If you're local to the Huntington, West Virginia area, tomorrow night, Friday night, come on down and hang out with us at our Crosstalk Friday meeting. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Pete Ridge United Methodist Church, located at 5747 East Pete Ridge Road in Huntington. Just a group of like-minded individuals, drunks and drug addicts, all sitting around, talking shop, talking about our recovery. No formalities, no parliamentary rules, none of that bullshit. We want you to feel like you're sitting at your favorite restaurant, drinking coffee, just hanging out with your buddies. So tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, our Crosstalk Friday. Come on down and hang out with us. I want to talk today about a couple of changes that took place in me over the last, many years, I guess. One big change that I want to talk about happened before I got sober. The other big change happened after I got sober. The first change that happened before I got sober was the change where alcohol ceased to be a luxury. Bill talks about it in his story, in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Bill talks about it. He was talking about how he used to drink for social reasons or for celebrations or to take the edge off. Man, I can relate. See, I used to drink because, I deserved to drink. I was so successful in my life up to that point. I had achieved all these great things. I deserved to drink like the next average, moderate, temperate drinker. They can take one drink, set it down, and walk away and be good for months. I deserve to be able to drink like that. Problem was, I thought I deserved it. I just couldn't do it. And it took me many years to figure that out. But alcohol, at some point along the line, and I can't pinpoint specifically, I wish I could, but I can't pinpoint a day and say, this was the day. Somewhere along the line, alcohol for me ceased to be a luxury. Oh, my daughter graduated high school, or whatever. My son hit a grand slam, whatever. Let me take a drink. It went from that to becoming a necessity. It went from a social perspective, a social requirement, if you will, of, just let's take a drink because all of us friends are getting together and just hanging out and relaxing. It went from that. It went from, hey, I've had a rough day at work. I just need a couple of drinks to take the edge off. It went from all that to, shit, I need to take that drink the first thing in the morning, as soon as I wake up, because I'm already tremoring, I'm already shaking, my heart rate is already racing. I'm already starting to cold sweat in the morning. First thing, as soon as I open my eyes. Alcohol ceased to be a luxury and became a necessity. And I wish I could pinpoint when that change occurred. The good news is, I know the change occurred. The program of action that we know is Alcoholics Anonymous. We have 12 wonderful steps in this program. 12 really incredibly easy steps, to be honest with you, if you look at the big picture. And we always admit, we're going to fuck up every single step. No question about it. God knows I have fucked up every single one of those 12 steps. God knows I'm probably going to screw up those 12 steps again. All I got to do is get the first step right every single day. That's it. Those are pretty good odds, even for me. And I'm terrible at math. All right, those are pretty good odds. I just got to get 1 out of 12? Well, shit. Okay, but I just got to get that first step right. Why? Well, because I say it every day. We can't get drunk if we don't take that first drink. I can't take that first drink, because if I take that first drink, if I start thinking, well, it's a social setting, we're celebrating something. If I take that first drink, before I set that first drink down, I'm already thinking about the second drink and the third drink. And hell, do I even have enough bottles stashed around my house to get me to the end of the day? Because alcohol has ceased to be a luxury. So many of my friends, they can drink and set it down and be gone and be done with it for months or years. I can't do that. Alcohol ceased to be a luxury. It became a requirement in order for me to function. If I just don't take that first drink, I don't have to worry about having that need anymore. I don't have to worry about my alcoholism becoming a necessity, my drinking becoming a necessity, as long as I don't put that first drink in me. The second thing I want to talk about is the change that happened after I got sober. See, I used to think, so-and-so pissed me off, or so-and-so did this, and so I need to just calm down, I'll take a drink. All because so-and-so said something or did something or thought a certain way, thought differently from me? What? One of the greatest things I ever learned coming in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous was that I can't control what people do, say, or think. Now let's pause there for just a second and think of it from this perspective. Here's the drunk. Here's the guy who couldn't take just one drink. Here's the guy who could not control his own life, could not manage his own life. and I'm wanting to control what other people do, say, or think? That's some pretty scary shit. Thank God I can't control what other people do, say, or think. Because I was terrible at managing my own life. I sure as hell don't want to try to manage somebody else's life. There's no way in hell. Somewhere along the line, though, I changed. I started looking at things through a different pair of glasses. My sponsor says this all the time. When he came into the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, he got a new set of glasses. He could look at things from a different perspective. Sure, we can't control what people do, say, or think, but we can control how we respond. And there's a couple different responses that we can take. Sure, we could. I used to always pride myself on being logical, rational, Mr. Straightforward. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that. But now that new pair of glasses that I've been given, there's a couple different lenses in it. And the lens I like to look at things through is the lens of optimism. See, when something bad happens, or somebody says something that I disagree with, or somebody pisses me off, I used to look at it through the lens of being a pessimist. I used to look at it through the lens of immediately jumping to the worst possible outcome. I used to look at it through the lens of the old Drew reacting and responding. But now I get to look at things through the lens of optimism. If somebody says something that I disagree with, or I don't like, or hell, it pisses me off, instead of going, well, that son of a bitch, I don't like him, and I'm going to slash his fucking tires or whatever, I can go, you know what? Maybe he doesn't have all the facts. Maybe he doesn't fully understand why I do what I do, or why I said what I said. Maybe they just don't have all the facts. That's a lot more optimistic than being an asshole and saying, well, fuck you. Sometimes I want to. Now, let me say this. I'll be full disclosure here. This takes work for me. This takes work. But there are days I wake up and I'm a pessimistic son of a bitch. And I have to check myself. I have to stop and say, Drew, you're having a bad day. It happens. We're human. All right? You're having a bad day. You need to check yourself. And I have to force myself. I don't have this down, by the way. Don't think for a single solitary second I have this shit down. I have to work at it. I have to force myself. Okay, we're not going to jump to the worst possible outcome here. Let's look at things on across the board, and let's try to look at things from the optimistic perspective. All right, instead of the worst possible outcome. Okay, what can happen? Instead of worrying about all the things that are going to go wrong, let's start focusing on all the things that are going to go right, that can go right. And let's do all that we can to help God make those good things happen. Keep in mind, we put him in charge, right? But he still expects us to do some work. So instead of focusing on all the bad things, let's instead of looking at life through the lens of a pessimist, let's look at life at, okay, yeah, I know this looks bad and I could go down that rabbit hole, but I'm choosing to stay on this trail up here because I like this trail. This trail always takes me to better places whenever I look at it through the lens of an optimist. And let me kind of survey the landscape and figure out what I can do and how to do my part to help God get me to the end of that optimistic trail. So, with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. This absolutely keeps me sober, and I could not be more appreciative, and I know my family appreciates it too. So if you have a topic you'd like to hear discussed, drop it in the Recovery Classroom private group Facebook page. We maintain anonymity in that Facebook group, so you can drop it in there. You can email me directly, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what we can do. Again, I want to remind you guys, tomorrow night, Friday night at 7 o'clock, Pea Ridge United Methodist Church for our Crosstalk Friday. Also, if you're interested in joining a big book study, it's kind of like a guerrilla big book study. Right now, we're just trying to, work around schedules. If you're interested in joining a big book study, email me, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. You can even Facebook message the Recovery Classroom to get added to the list. And as soon as I'm able to get another date in there, we'll let you know. So remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.